Right, guys, we're back in business again. I believe the issue was that livery, that Fokker friendship livery, the previous one must have had the wrong like coding in it because it wasn't recognizing. So obviously the developer must have got the 100 mixed up with the 70. But here we are, same aircraft, but we're in this nice, beautiful hot pink breast cancer awareness livery that was flying today as well at the time of this video recording. And I've just gone through and I've done most of the setup. I'm just going to enter in my flight plan quickly, and then we'll be on our way. Just a real and the sim briefing. You get this from time to time. There's some airports that just don't seem to work, and I'm not too sure if it's the airport has changed its name or the runway is not something's not recognizing, so it is what it is. One thing I will remember to do is turn on our flight directors, and that's our flight plan loaded up. We'll line the RLSs. That's all looking great. We'll go to our flight plan, bring up the departure, load up the departure, 19 left. Going to go for the BixAdd 2. We're going to insert that like so. That should give us that nice little flight plan, and we will do this little trick here. We'll go, just do it again, import aircraft, import SimBrief, import live weather, and then we're going to calculate our flight plan, our performance, and we're just going to export the weights, export speeds, and export the takeoff flex, which I should do myself, but learn how to do it. But just showing you guys the easy fast way. So that's all populated our flight plan into here like so, which is great. And we just have to push the magic B button just to confirm our altimeters. And that's basically our flight plan all ready to go. So we'll go ahead and we'll disconnect the ground power unit. We'll just go ahead and just disconnect the ground power unit, disconnect the shocks, which only happens when you're almost ready to go. What we will do is we will type in our flight plan. So if we go to our sim brief, our hide that. So our flight number is I hold down onto the clear button to bring up the little cursor, and our UTY, I should say. And the 7247, and that's set. What else do I need to do? I'm just going to make sure I need to change the control settings. Just double check that's all good. Right, I'm just going to do one last little look around. All right, we'll turn on our seatbelt signs. Our fuel pumps are turned on. We'll now turn on all of these pitot, the seatbelt signs, and we can now get ready for pushbacks. So we'll get rid of these chocks now. Pre-plan our pushback. Just make sure Yeah, we can go that way, so... Right. I'll just go ahead and turn on the beacon light, which is already done. Request pushback. Release the parking brake, and we'll just do one final check. We'll turn this on to standby. Just double checking there isn't anything else critical that I needed to do. All of our weights are loaded. We'll go to our takeoff. All of that's entered in. Right, we are ready to push back. As you guys know, this is just us in the cockpit, so if there's anything that we miss, that's just part of the fun of flying a two-person plane as a single person pilot. Right, I think we can now start our engines. So we're going to go start engine number 1. Push that button first, then start engine number 1. Oh, and we'll turn off this little thing here just to see our engine spooling up. Once we get up to 15%, we can now engage the fuel. I'm just going to minimize that. Oh, there's a Fokker right up our bums here. Sorry for that. But no, we need to commit ourselves to this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop the pushback right there. Put on the parking brake and cancel that. Alright, we'll get our next engine started up. Engage the fuel. And while we're here, we'll just set this to TRA. And we will turn on the weather radar. No more, there's no people we're going to be irradiating. And I think that's us ready to go, folks. We'll turn on the parking, the taxi light, throttle up, and we'll get going. The parking brakes is released, isn't it? Yeah. One of that pushback tugs still. There we go. Right, just push the magic B button one more time just to make sure the altimeters are set. We can now go ahead and we'll do this little cheat and set our trims automatically. We'll now go ahead and turn off the starter. I don't need to set flaps, but what we will do is we've armed the spoiler if we need to reject a takeoff, which we have done in this video when we first flew this aircraft. We'll engage our nav performance, our auto throttle system, and that is all we need to do as we taxi on now. And just get rid of that toolbar. Go outside and enjoy this lovely view, the lovely crisp morning flight from Brisbane up to the very top of Australia and Weipa, as we enjoy this stunning Fokker F70. Right, those guys are on their way, which is great. Right, we will go down here and we'll just select this to this mode, and now it doesn't really do much, but we'll set it anyway. That's the cabin is all, and we'll just do the seats for takeoff. And we're just going to get going, folks. This time I'll do a PAX off takeoff, but we'll push the right button this time. We'll turn off the PAX. Not that we need it, but we'll just do it anyway for extra bit of power. And we missed the little entry point onto the runway back there because we don't need the full runway. But we'll turn on the we'll just get everything all ready for our takeoff. Just like to, oh, we can turn off our APU as well. No longer need that. Right, I think that's us, folks. We will just smash it out. Alright, you guys are ready? I'm ready. We've had a bit of a delay there trying to get this aircraft sorted. As I think I've discovered, I think that livery that I used had it, the creator must have put in the wrong aircraft type. And FSHUD is not enjoying Weipa's airport information, so we'll have a look at that, see if we can get that fixed. But for now, we'll just go ahead, throttle on up. We've already turned on all the relative lights. Can now click on the little magic toga button, and away we go. Oh, and one thing we did forget to do. There we go. That's much better. We almost did it again, folks.
80 knots.
As we get our little rocket ship into the air. And then we'll go outside and enjoy the takeoff. Not quite the silver billet I was going for, but we've got the hot pink, the lovely hot pink pocket rocket. It's a stunning livery. Actually, it's actually quite a nice livery, all for the right cause too. And yeah, no, it's great. Nice little livery here, and we're just going to go into automatic mode now and enjoy the view as we fly out of Brizzy here. I'll just remember to turn on these packs. Not that we needed to do it, but just wanted to do it anyway. And we'll just get it all ready for our cruising altitude. We want to now just go set standard. Just get it all set. And we'll just enjoy as we fly out over Brisbane. Enjoy the stunning scenic early morning flight as we just make sure, yeah, I did set it for the morning flight, because it is afternoon now when I'm doing this flight. But yeah, I think I'll leave you guys there as we cruise on out over the beautiful Brisbane skyline. And just in the distance there is the Suncorp Stadium where I was yesterday. I'll put that into the little video. up the wires, I'm going to say, but unfortunately, a great game, a really exciting game of rugby league. The wires could have had it in the last dying embers of the game, but unfortunately, they let the mighty Dolphins fins up, and the Finns were definitely up, and they scored the winning try right in the literally the last 20 seconds of the game. 22-20, I think, at the final score was, or 24-22. But yeah, did I just for a moment there thought we'd missed our waypoint, but we haven't, which is great. I did wonder when we were going to turn. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys to it and enjoy this stunning climb out of Brizzy here, and we'll get back to you for our top of descent. Right, guys, we're reached our top of descent now, so we're going to head on down back towards terra firma. So we're without ATC, as you guys know, so we're just going to scroll it right down to our minimum altitude. I hope you guys enjoyed that stunning wee flight over the Great Barrier Reef there, along the coastline there off the Pacific coast. And yeah, I'm going to get rid of that now. We don't really need that anymore. Just going to scroll this down to our minimum, which our final approach fix, which is 1.7. So we're going to do an RMP approach. We're going to give this another go, see how we can do it. And our minimums are going to be 430, so we'll set those in. And we're just going to bring up the speed brake just a little bit to get back onto profile. So 430 is our minimums, which we won't have any issues with that today. Looks like it's a stunning day out there in the far north of Queensland. And hopefully we'll get that speed back get that profile back on again. We'll take away the speed brake. Actually, we'll do our landing data. I'll just take away the sim rate. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm not going to be able to bring up the weather because there isn't any meta. I'll enter it in. I'm just going to go into my active sky radar and just see what the weather situation is going to be up there. Yeah, so about 120 120 degrees, 10 knot winds. So and our QNH there is going to be about 10, 12. So we'll take that to 12. And then we'll calculate, what's the temperature? We'll better add the temperature in. 26 degrees up there, so it's nice and pleasant up there at the moment. And we're going to go 42, flaps 42, medium. You know, it could probably get away with low braking, so I'll go set this to low. Scroll this down. Look at that stunning view over the great northern tip of Queensland, the far north. That's a stunning view out there. All right, we'll get into engaging the seatbelt signs. We probably won't need the weather radar anymore, so I'll just turn that off so we don't forget. We should select this to below, but I don't think there's any traffic to worry about below us. I'll just speed it up just a little bit more. Right, I'm going to try a few things. I'm going to see how this works actually. What I'll do is I'll turn on the landing lights now. Taxi lights can now come on. Anything else there? No, I think that's all we need to worry about. We'll just enjoy this view flying over the ocean here. I do believe this will be, I dare say this will be all crocodile infested waters around here. This will be prime crocodile habitat, so you definitely do not want to be ditching the aircraft into the ocean there. Got the nice mix of tiger sharks, crocodiles, you you name it, it will kill you. Alright, I better get back onto profile again and I'll just slow down the simulation. I'm going to push land, see if that does anything. No, it doesn't, so I guess we'll just scroll this down to our landing elevation. I don't know if this aircraft actually does VNAV. Oh, we better put in our... We better put in our... Take off our landing data, which is already entered in. And we'll go into manual speed mode now. We'll dial the speed back. By the way, this is all just pure guess and hope, so I don't think this aircraft does RMP approaches, I don't think. So we might just have to see how this goes. Might just have to wing it. Get that speed back down again as we swing on round for final approach. We're about 20 nautical miles from our airport. We're coming around here, coming in for our final approach, like so, as we cheat with the showing where our aircraft, well, mind you, aircraft, they're like BAEs that they still fly. They have a little electronic flight bag with their with all of the relative information. So I don't know if you can do a like RMP approach in these properly. So just dialing this down to our minimums basically, and we'll just see if this follows the profile. Alright, we'll put out the next stage of flaps. We'll put gear down. Actually, we might have just jumped the gun a bit too much there. We are still... How far are we? Oh, we're about 11 nautical miles, so yeah. As we enjoy the view of the landing gear coming down, they're very slow, I must say. Alright, now... we'll now deploy the next stage of flaps, even though we are still a wee way out. Looks like this method is working regarding... Oh, we should change our QNH. This method seems to be working alright. I don't think we can increase the we'll give it a go. I've tried it before. I'll try it one more time once we get below our altitude. I'll scroll the altitude up. We'll see if it does it, if it stays on profile or not. As we fly on over the Weipa. Right, I guess I could get the last stage of flaps out. Not that we really need that next stage of flaps, but anyway. Nice and super stable approach. Definitely using an extra bit of fuel, but that is just the way it is. Now I'm just going to turn off these floodlights. We probably don't need these. Rightio, I'm going to attempt to, once we get free, just that sort of Boeing logic, once we get about 300 feet below, we'll just scroll up this very quickly and we'll see what happens. No, that doesn't like that one little bit, so we're just going to turn off the autopilot now, disengage the auto throttle, and we'll just do this next bit ourselves. Flying in over the beautiful parched landscape of the far north. As we try and find the puppy again, but not get too slow. And I believe this is what these Fokkers were made for, really. They're made for the outback, the
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
designed for the interesting hard weather conditions that the outback is known for. Definitely a long way from the cool European summers. Right, we need to dive down just a little bit more, get this aircraft onto the pappies. We're a bit high, but we've got one red light now. We just need to get that next red light, and then we should be all pretty good.
Minimum.
Oh, we've got it now. We just raise that nose just a touch more, just to even it out. Keep that speed up. And we're looking pretty good.
100.
Almost there. Any moment now we'll pull
50,
back the throttles.
30, 20, 10.
Oh. And we'll dump everything out, get that speed down, see if we can slow as much as possible without having to touch the brakes too much. But I've got a funny feeling we're going to need to touch a little bit more of the brakes. And here we are, folks, in sunny tropical far north Queensland at Weipa. We'll put those brakes, so the air brakes in. I'll turn off the flight directors. Get those throttles back up again. Put those flaps in. I'll retract the landing gears. And we will now go ahead and turn off the landing lights, get the APU going. We need that. Need the APU going ASAP. Oh, don't want to go into the ground. And we will turn off the pitos. And then we'll go ahead and get the crew to disarm the doors.
Cabin crew, door to manual and cross check.
And we'll turn off the strobe lights and turn off the the taxi lights. Oh, and we've seemed to slow down just a little bit too much. And we'll go ahead, park it right in front of the terminals, so our, whatever they are, if they're mine workers or if this is just a charter flight, at least they can go straight to the terminal. And I might go ahead and just power down engine number 1, or 2 I should say. Not that it saves much fuel in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, here we are, folks. Made it safe and sound at Weipa. And I think I've got enough time, we'll do a quick little turnaround flight, alright? So I'll go ahead and just park it right here. Parking brake can come on. The APU is up and running. Power on down, and we'll turn this off too. We don't need that anymore. And we'll go ahead and turn off these buttons. We don't need the beacon anymore. Fuel can all come off. And then we'll go ahead and open up the doors. Release the passengers, release the cargo. And that is us, folks. We've arrived here in sunny Weipa, far north Queensland. And we'll pause it for there. We'll just do a complete turnaround and we'll head on down to Brisbane. I'll see you guys very shortly when I set up my next flight plan.